Treasurer. Kay Ivey is the Republican nominee for Lieutenant Governor. Please welcome Ms. Kay Ivey.
Thank you so much, especially for taking time to come and be with us today. I just want to say thank you for the work you do. Y'all are part of the financial service industry in this great state that gives our people hope, gives them preparation, helps them have a plan for good stewardship. And you know, the more jobs we get in this great state, the more policies y'all can see. And that's a good thing. And having been at ABO in my career, I know how to create jobs for my existing firms, having them to expand as well as recruiting. And I want to say thank you too. Thank you for providing 2 terms as state treasurer to me. I have enjoyed being your state treasurer. And I'm proud of the fact that under my leadership, capable staff there, we've gotten public dollars of the Treasury placed in 47 additional banks and holding public monies when I got there. We have a well-operating safe program so that all public deposits are safe, even in the times when we have financial crises and bank mergers are folding or banks going underwater in these critical economic downturns. $9.1 billion in collateral that we manage. We put in direct deposits so our cities and counties, 10th day of every month, to get their money safe, secure, and spend it the day they got it for economic development, other needs that the cities and the counties have. And I just tell you, we got the unclaimed property program in the state treasurer's office. I hope y'all looked that up and played Santa Claus, because it's your property. We've set all kind of records of getting over $300 million in assets there. We've turned back to individuals like you in the last 5 years $115 million. And over the last 7 years, we've turned to this general fund some $200 million. So your state treasurer is effective at taking care of being a good steward. And then we've got 2 college savings programs. One is the 529 College Count. 62,000 individuals are enrolled in the College Counts program, and $600 million. And the other program you've heard about is the PAC program. And let me just tell you, I'm so proud. On my watch, not one child has missed a payment. No child has missed a payment. Every obligation of that program is continuing to be met, even under the dire critical economic conditions. And furthermore, that program is governed by a board of directors. I'm proud I've never missed a meeting in all of my time as state treasurer. You know, you have to show up and be present to be a part of management. You know how that is. And Jim, bless his heart, it took him 799 days to show up for his first board meeting. If you didn't show up for 799 days for your job, I'll ring State Farm and have you on. And I want to say how much I've enjoyed my last 2 races for state treasurer. First in 02, I was outspent 3-1 by a very fine young man. His father was, great-grandfather was United States Supreme Court Justice. And I outspent 3-1, and I won by 3 points anyway. And then in 06, you were part of giving me the highest vote of any candidate on a statewide ballot, getting over 60% of the vote. So with all that said, as an introduction, I, Kay Ivey, am ready for a new challenge. And this will be a difficult fight. I clearly understand that I'm the underdog. I clearly understand that he's been entrenched for 30 years with the special interests there that are very much in power. I clearly understand that. So why make the effort? What's at stake? Folks, what's at stake is the opportunity to put into place a conservative, reasonable, rational agenda for the people of Alabama that can do 3 things. Protect our families and small business from increased taxes and excessive regulations. They can create and expand jobs or recruit jobs, both create high-paying jobs for our people and your grandchildren. And thirdly, one that will corral irresponsible government spending. That's what's at stake. And I think that people want this to be addressed, and I'm willing to be a part of that team. You get a Republican governor, a Republican lieutenant governor that work with each other, instead of at each other, just for the heck of being at each other, we can start having some progress. And then you add to that majorities in the House and Senate of conservatives who, like you, want those same 3 things. Lower taxes, less regulation, more job opportunity, and focused spending. Folks, the lack of revenue in our great state is not the problem. The real issue in Alabama is the lack of spending priorities. Spending priorities, that's where we need leadership. So that's what it's stake. And I just look in the eye of day and tell you, it's within our reach. We can have this on November 2 when you go to the ballot box. Now, the Lieutenant Governor is responsible for presiding over the state Senate, among several other things. But that's what you know most about. And with that responsibility comes managing the gavel. Folks, I will manage that gavel for the people of Alabama, not for the long, entrenched, powerful political interest groups that for too long have dominated our Senate. You see the results unfolding with these recent indictments. I will be fair, but I'll be firm. The Lieutenant Governor is also supposed to keep the trains running on the track at the right time. Now, what does that mean? That means that the Senate is supposed to be open for business. I will see to it, working with the members, that we have the agendas posted in advance, which bills are going to be on which committees are going to meet when, where, advance planning, so that all the members clearly know what's going on. Mr. Folsom says he works well with all the members. Well, I've got it in writing, an article from my friend Senator Larry Dixon that says, you know, we show up for work every morning as the minority senators and never get to know what's going on. Because you see that those decisions are made right now by a few folks, chosen few. This is the people's business, folks. With Kay Ivey as your Lieutenant Governor, the people's gavel is going to be in place, working for the people of Alabama, not the entrenched politicians. I will bring order, I will bring transparency, and I'll bring accountability to the operation of the Alabama Senate. We need a Senate that functions, not that's dysfunctional. We need a Senate that can deal with multiple issues that are of importance to the people, not just let one issue dominate the agenda for 3 or 4 straight years. We need a Senate that will address the people's needs, not just the political power's needs. You see, campaign promises heretofore have been directing spending priorities. That's no way to run a ship. This is the people's business, and our limited resources need to be guided to spending priorities, not necessarily political pork that favor a few. We've got to curtail government spending, even in the Lieutenant Governor's office and in the Senate. Governor Folsom's travel budget from 03 to 07 increased by 1,000%. That's a lot of traveling, Governor. We've got to tighten our belts. We've got to come to grips with reality. We've got one senator up there office that has $3 million. Folks, it's up to us. It's within our reach. It is doable. I invite you to elect Kay Ivey your Lieutenant Governor. Thank you very much.